Hey, y'all. Okay, first of all, happy 2-year cancerversary to me. Y'all, I'm telling you, I will sit over here with music on and celebrate myself, okay? Like, that's just how I am. I've always hyped me up. Because don't nobody feel the way about me that I feel about me. You feel me? So I've always hyped me up. I am blessed. I am so blessed on this morning to be able to sit before y'all and, just be here, like to be living. Let me tell y'all, it has been a wild 2 years. Like, I remember 2 years ago at this time, it was this time. Yeah. It was almost 8:30. So it's 8:23 on the clock right now. It was almost 8:30. My grandmother texted me and asked me if I had gotten the results back from my biopsy yet. And I was like, no, I didn't. And I was on the phone with Anyway, so I was on the phone with somebody who was special to me at the time. And I just remember just checking my chart. Like, that's how I found out that I had cancer. My chart. I checked my chart, and y'all, I was just blown away. Like, it was, I ain't that, woo, child. Like, that was a blow. That was a shocker right there. And I just remember just being so floored and just really thinking, like, what is about to happen? Like, what is about to take place? And I remember just going to the computer, and y'all have heard this story before if you follow my channel, but I just remember going to the computer because clearly I thought in my mind that what I would see on the computer would be different than what I seen on the phone. When you in shock, you do a lot of things. But my psyche was telling me, like, oh no, it's going to be different when you go over there to that computer. And so I just remember just being floored and just really like not knowing what to do. Like, I didn't know where I was going to go. Like, where do I go from here? But one thing that I did know, I was going to fight. I've always been a fighter my whole life. And so I knew that I was going to fight. I knew I was going to give this everything that I had. And if it just so happened that I wasn't on this side of earth when it was all said and done, I knew that, my diagnosis wasn't going to be in vain. And so, no, I'm not crying. My eye is itching real bad. So that was that 2 years ago. And so, what is a cancerversary? If you follow my channel, I talked about it last year, but a cancerversary literally is what it sounds like. It is the anniversary of, basically of survivorship. And so I choose today, even though I found out today, I choose today because I will be in treatment for the rest of my life. And so even though I rang the bell from getting regular chemo infusions, and even though I rang the bell for radiation, I'm still going to be in treatment. So those things will never end for me. And so I choose today to celebrate because it's the day that I found out. And it's also my cousin / bestest friend in the whole wide world's birthday. So that's what that is basically in a nutshell. Like I said, I gave more detail about what it is on my YouTube channel last year. You could go over there and you can check it out. I'm probably going to drop this video on YouTube as well. I also recorded a whole other 10-minute video and I didn't like it, but that's just my anxiety. So anyway, nevertheless, here we are. It's been a journey, y'all. This has been a while. Like, when I say it has been rough, and it wasn't like diagnosis that was rough for me. It wasn't losing my hair and my eyelashes and my eyebrows that was rough for me, because I knew that my hair would grow back. And if it didn't, I got wigs. I knew that my eyebrows would grow back. And if it didn't, I could draw them on. I could tattoo them on. I could do that one thing that people was doing that's like semi-permanent. I don't know what it's called because I got mine. So I don't know exactly what it's called. I could glue my lashes on if I so chose. Like, those were not the things that bothered me. And for some women, that is a big thing for them. However, that just was not my testimony. The things that bothered me were the things that were in my head, the thoughts that I was having. It is so hard when you are diagnosed and you have known women personally who won the battle a different way. And you start to think like, oh my gosh, like what is going to happen to me? Am I going to make it? Like, and I just remember looking at my kids every day, literally still looking at my kids every day, like, you know, like they need me. And I'm not saying that the other children who lost mothers to, like, that they didn't need them. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just like, man, they need me. Like, what would their lives be like without me? Like, obviously, if it came to it, they would have to figure it out. But it just, those things on your mental all the time, like I started to obsess about death. And if you know me, so I am clinically diagnosed OCD. And so that's like a whole other thing for a whole other day about what OCD is and what it is not, according to the DSM-5. And so I started having intrusive and very obsessive thoughts about death, like up until like a couple nights ago. Anyway, but they just come and I'd be like, oh my God, what is it going to be like when I die? Like, when am I going to die? Like, you know, just like stuff like that. Like, it's ridiculous, honestly. But, you know, it is what it is. There have been times in this 2 years that I have really felt like my self-worth, like my value depreciated, and not because someone made me feel that way, but just because of how I felt. And, you know, when you are first diagnosed and you are, you know, you have your expanders in after your mastectomy and you're like really charged up, like you hyped up because you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna get some new boobs. Well, this is what I was thinking, because I don't know. I always try to find the positive, the silver lining in everything. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get me some new boobs. Like, I got a body now, so I'm gonna have boobs to go with it. Cause, you know, I had some itty bitties before to me. And so, you know, I was like thinking like all of these things. And so I had my second surgery, November 2021. And, you know, I just was like, oh yeah, like this is about to be the bomb. Like, I'm set, baby. After that surgery, it was cool, you know, like it was cool. But I started to feel like my value depreciated. Like, I started to feel like I was a liability. And for so many women, it's the mental part of it that is most gruesome. It really is. Like, because survivorship looks different for everybody. And like I said, I'll be in treatment for the rest of my life. And there were times, you know, I had to start adjusting to my new normal. My body at 100% right now is probably 70%, you know, 2 years ago before I was diagnosed, right? But I had to adjust to that. And that was hard for me to adjust to. I had to understand that there were things that I could not do anymore. Like, I can't do anything. I can't do anything with my left side, but like, I can't even carry a purse on my left arm. Like, I'll never be able to get like tattoos on my left arm again. I can't get shots over here. I can't use a vein in this arm, you know? And so, just being in treatment, like I said, forever, I don't have a cancerous tumor in my body right now. So I'm technically cancer free, but my oncologist never uses the word remission for me, but I'll never be free from cancer. And I talk about that on YouTube. I talked about that on YouTube as well. And so that could be just hard to remediate, like within yourself. But once I got these boobs, honey, I was like, okay, like, yes, life is about to be great. Let me tell y'all how I got bamboozled, because they're not soft. Okay, so as a young woman who's single, I think it would have been different if I would have been married or would have had like a long-term partner where I wouldn't have to explain these things. But now I'm not. And I was like thinking like, oh my God, how am I going to explain this? Like, they not soft. I was waiting for them to settle to see how soft they would be. Then I had to think like, girl, how they gonna be soft? You don't have no fat in there. You don't have no tissue. Like, literally they had to scrape out all of the fat, all of the tissue that was there, to try to prevent a recurrence. So, so that was a thing for me, but I don't mind like being honest about it and being transparent about it, because I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I have been charged with a great responsibility through my testimony and through this journey, and that is to be transparent. That is to be honest and authentic about this journey, because this shit is ugly. Like, it's ugly. And like I said, it's not the aesthetics. It's not that. It's the things that people don't see. There's so many nights that I have laid in my bed and I'm just like crying on the inside, because sometimes I can't cry on the outside. I don't even be trying to be hard. Like, I be wanting to cry and I just can't. But there's so many times that I've either cried outwardly or cried on the inside, where I've just isolated myself from everybody. And I'm not saying that that's a healthy way, but I'm a different individual. Like, I'm literally a different person. So even as a kid, like, I had to get my mind, like, I got to get my mind right before anybody else can. And I've always held that. And so there's just been so many nights that I just needed a hug. Like, I ain't had nobody to come hug me. I ain't had nobody come lay up with me and tell me that it was going to be okay. So I had to pull myself out of those spaces, and it's hard. And so I've been charged with a responsibility to, each one teach one. If I could reach one person with my story, then that's good enough for me. And I have been blessed to be a mentor to so many women, younger than me, older than me. It doesn't matter. And so, that's why I do these videos. That's why I sit before you and tell y'all these things, because let me tell y'all, I really thought like these was about to be super soft. I was going to have like this crazy cleavage. Like, I was, what? Like, y'all, it wasn't none of that. And they have settled now. But two people have told me, like, I see you. And that signifies like new life, like, basically. And I'm like, I don't know. Okay, man, if y'all cool with it, that's cool. But yeah, so that was even hard. And I know it's like, well, why do that matter? Because like I said, I'm a single woman, and there was just so much, like, that was a part of me feeling like I was a liability. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna be in treatment for the rest of, sometimes I can't even walk. Y'all, sometimes I literally cannot walk. On Christmas, I was walking with a cane. Okay, so if y'all see me with a really cute pink cane, mind your business. Like, mind your business. I know that I'm, gonna be 36, but yes, I gotta walk with a cane sometimes when I'm in the house. And I just haven't had one to walk, when I'm in the house, because I'll be at my grandma's house typically, and I'll be like walking with my cane, walking with one of her canes, because sometimes my hip just does its own thing. And I also have developed a form of bursitis on my left side, near my hip, but like right at the top of my glutes. So, which sometimes when it is active in full effect, I can't walk. So I have had to learn in these 2 years to really listen to my body and to pay attention and to yield to what it is that my body is telling me. So when my hip and my back start acting up, hey, I got to sit down. I got to stand there. But I've also listened to my mental and really took the time to safeguard myself and put myself first. As you guys know, I've been in school, grad school, this entire journey, through chemo, through radiation, through everything. Like, I've still been in grad school. And my school, the program is 10 weeks. It's very intense. Most schools get 16 weeks. And so I have to meet all of these requirements, and I have things to do for field experience, and I have things to still do wrapping up for class, and I still have life to live and kids to take care of, and I still have work because I work a full-time job. And sometimes I just have to yield to me and say, you know what? That's going to be late. Or I can't do that right now. Or no, I'm not working after this time, because I got to protect me and I have to safeguard me. And I'm trying to live every ounce of life that I have, and being stressed and all of those things are not going to help. It's only going to exacerbate the symptoms. So, But yeah, it has been a journey, but it's been a hellaciously beautiful journey. Nonetheless, I am just grateful for all of the people in my village, directly and indirectly. People, tell me all the time, like, I know I'm not a part of your village, but I'm cheering you on and I'm watching you. You are a part of my village. And so just to the people I inspire, like, I never seen that for myself. You know, I never looked at myself as an inspirational being or anything like that. And so I'm so humbled by y'all's words. But we living, baby. For the first year, I was surviving, okay? And when survival mode was over and the smoke cleared and there was no more phone calls and nobody was checking on me and all, people went on about their regular lives like they're supposed to do. And that's when it was like, oh, shit. What? Like, what is happening right now? And so, and yes, I did because I'm like 35 and I have a home and a career and children and a grandchild. So yeah, I did because I'm grown. But yeah, it was just like, wow for me, like, and when survivor mode is over and you have to really learn how to navigate your new normal, like hot flashes, baby, menopause is no joke. And nobody could have prepared me for menopause. Not one person. Because when I get out the shower, I'm sweating. When I get dressed, I'm sweating. When I'm trying to get out the door, I'm sweating. And you have to take the time to stand in front of the fan. Like, you have to cool yourself down. And so, that's that. But like I said, throughout the day, I'm going to share some things that I haven't shared just to be a little bit more transparent and to kind of invite you guys into what it is that I continue to deal with. Like I said, treatment is not over for me. So I'm cancer free by not having any cancerous tumors in me, but I'm never free from cancer. We are going to be together forever. And that's a long fight, but I'm in it to win it, okay? Whatever that looks like. But to those that have supported me near and far, your support has fueled me. It has kept me going. It doesn't go unnoticed. Like I said, I'm honored, I'm blessed, I'm humble, I am grateful. I feel very much loved, and I love on all of you, and I hope that you guys feel it. But yeah, we rocking. Happy to your Cancerversary, Big T. Like, that's it. That's all. I love y'all. I'm probably going to stop this video and think about all the things that I could have said, but we already 17 minutes in. So thank y'all for rocking with me. I hope I get another 2. I hope I get another 22. But right now, like I said, I'm no longer surviving. I am actually living. Oh, and one more thing before I go. I just had some scans. So I have to see my oncologist regularly, and I have to be scanned regularly to make sure that my hip tumor has not grown and to make sure that no other masses show up on the scans. And so I am so happy to elated to announce that my most recent scans in December, which was an emergency scan because I felt knots in my back on my spine, it came back that there were no signs of malignancy. So we don't know what the knots were or are yet. So they're still trying to figure that out. But in terms of malignancy, there was none found. And so I will leave y'all with that. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. Thank y'all so much for loving me. Thank y'all for praying for me and thinking of me. It really means so much. It does not go unnoticed. I feel each and every prayer. I feel each and every thought. I swear I do. I love y'all so much. Happy Cancerversary Tea. We are living, baby. I'm out.